We have got a great 3-step tip for you to help with hand arthritis.
Love this one. I love these tips.
Oh, this is the
Feels
best. You will be so surprised at how good even you feel after the first step. Really, reality is. All right, so first step is you need to find a vessel that is big enough for your hands to comfortably sit in. I cannot believe that Em can fit her hands into this large
I do
Pyrex
have larger hands
jug.
than you, but you know, if that's all you've got, that's all you've got. You can pick something
I can't
bigger.
believe it. Absolutely. So a bowl of some sort, water as warm as you can handle it is what we're ideally aiming for here. We're going to throw some Soul Soak Relax in, purely because Relax is
Can you hold my
absolute favourite.
water vessel?
Love it.
I've got the little version.
I like the big version.
Just gonna chuck a little bit in there.
So this has got over 80 essential elements and minerals. So when we talk about having arthritis in our hands, we are lacking in so much in those poor little joints. The cartilage is struggling, the bones around the cartilage is struggling. And so we need to replenish as much of it as we possibly can. So literally dipping your hands in, we won't make you sit here and wait for 10 minutes while Em does this.
I might need to pee.
But soaking your hands in the warm Soul Soak for 10 minutes is going to not only absorb the essential elements and minerals, but it massively draws blood right down into your fingertips. And for the exercises we're about to do, we want to make sure that we've got plenty of blood flow happening so that we can get the most out of these exercises. Obviously, keeping the area warm means we're going to get better flexibility from the exercises that we are about to show you. All right, sorry, that's
I'd love
as long
to
as
keep
it
my
gets.
hands in there for longer. It smells so good.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
I love this stuff. Love it.
As soon as your hands go in there, it's like instant relief.
Exactly, and that's the surprising
feels
part.
such a beautiful, like, that feels just
So many patients
nice.
feed that back to us too, saying,
Yeah.
believe it, as soon as I put my hands in there, they just instantly felt
You
relieved.
just don't realise it because your hands they do a lot for you.
They do. They really
When
do.
you put them in there, it's just like, it's like when you go for a massage on your back and someone gets into that spot and you're like, oh my God, that's good.
And you can be doing this while sitting at TV at night time or, just relaxing. You can just add this to your routine. It's really, really super easy.
Yeah.
Once you've dried off your hands, so 10 minutes we're suggesting in our Soul Soak Relax warm hand bath, do we call it? Yep, excellent. We're going to do these exercises. So we're going to put our hands together in a prayer position, bringing the elbows up just to stretch the muscles in and along the forearm here. To start off, those are the muscles that we use to move our fingers. Basically, we want to give them a little bit of a stretch. To take that stretch a little bit further, we're going to interlock our fingers and very gently push our hands out, which will open up our fingers and stretch further into the forearm. So the muscles for the hands and fingers, the vast majority of them, actually live in your forearm, so it's important to nurture those as well. Once we've done that, we're going to bring our hands together and we're going to do our spider push-up on a mirror. We're going to push our fingers out and bring them back in. Now, when you bring them back in, we're wanting you to spread your fingers as much as you can. So out and in, spreading your fingers out. This literally stretches all of those little tiny intrinsic muscles that we otherwise don't get a chance to stretch. So it's really good because tight muscles around joints jam the joints up and they aggravate and further exacerbate arthritis. So we're wanting to open up, loosen up the muscles as much as we can. Next step we're going to do is our pincer grip on each and every finger, one at a time. Not just easy like this. Open your fingers as much as you can. Reach across to your thumb with each and every moment. This might even challenge your brain if you've had a busy day, just saying, which is also good as we get older. So opening and closing each and every finger. Like I say, it's not just easy touch. It's really stretching them as far as you can stretch them.
Not this.
To try and open up the joints as much as possible.
And big.
Give the fingers now a little, sparkly move to increase the blood flow and help with any of the lymphatic drainage to be able to get rid of that. So keeping in mind, we've got our hands up and above the level of our elbows. It's the jazz hands. It works every time.
Makes you happy.
It does. It's really good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something sparkly.
It's like clapping. The clapping.
That's true. That's what they do.
Yeah. It's like happy. I don't know. It makes me happy.
Now, once we've completed that step, there is one final exercise that I'd like you to do. And with that long sentence, I was actually hoping it would come to my mind, but for some reason or other, I've forgotten what it is. Don't you hate when that happens?
I do.
The final thing we're going to do, and I want you to do this really carefully, you can play that game if you like, is to very gently distract and open. Distraction to me means stops you thinking of something, but no, we're talking about distraction in a chiropractic term where we're trying to open and expand the joint slowly though. So we're going to get a hold of every knuckle one at a time. We're going to get a hold of that knuckle and gently pull it as if you're trying to lengthen your fingers. just for a very short period of time, just gently. We're not wanting to get the joints to go pop, pop, pop. Then we move down to the next joint, so where the next knuckle is, and then pull at that area, and then we move on to each of the fingers. Obviously the thumbs only have 2 knuckles, but the rest of the fingers have 3. Just a gentle pull on each and every one of those joints, opening up. Remember, arthritis is about joints that are jammed up too tight, and therefore every time we move our fingers they grind. We're just opening and gapping that joint to allow that synovial fluid to take hold as we do. And of course, because we've done all the stretching prior to this particular exercise, you'll find this is a lot easier to do. Plus the warmth of being in the sole soak makes it so much easier to do. Don't get me wrong, you can do these exercises when you've got a spare second at work, but having had your hands in sole soak beforehand will make them just so much easier to do, and you get more stretch out of each and every knuckle. So we're just trying to open each and every joint of the finger, but as I said, nice and slowly. I don't want you to pull to the point that it cavitates or goes pop. That's not what we're trying to achieve. We're just wanting to gently distract that joint on each and every knuckle within our fingers. Now, once you've done that, we've opened up the joints, we've gapped the joints as much as we can, we've warmed, we've increased blood flow. Now we want to apply the building blocks for recovery. So we're going to go for the trio of creams. We start with our Bone Aid and our Chirofix Injury Relief Lotion, and we're going to rub those on together. So a squirt of that in your hand and then rub in all aspects. We want to get right in to all of the aspects of those joints that are affected by arthritis. My suggestion is if you've got arthritis particularly bad in a thumb or particularly bad in a finger, really spend time getting it all over your hands, because chances are if you've got arthritis in one location, it could potentially become an issue in other areas. So just try and make sure that you extend.
This one for me, from all my mouse work, my mouse pad.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's a very magic finger, this one.
So making sure we get it in all areas. So making sure we're getting at the fronts and the backs of our hands so that we're getting it in every aspect. Now that's the first 2 of the trio of creams. The final piece de resistance is Heativate. Now Heativate, keep in mind, if you leave Heativate on your fingertips and try and put your contacts in or rub your eyes or what have you, it's going to be unpleasant. So we pop that on the back of our hands, and then we use the back of the other hand to rub it in and through to the fingers so that it gets into the joint that way. Obviously then be mindful of using the back of your finger to rub your eye, but otherwise you can then use your fingertips for whatever you need to without an issue. We have had some of our family members, or community members I should say, that are people that use and work with food a lot, and they suggest that after a couple of minutes of applying their creams, they then wash the cream off and they still get the benefits of the Heativate, because by that stage it's absorbed into the skin and they can wash any remnants off so it doesn't end up on the food that they're preparing for whomever they're preparing it for. So that is a very simple 3-step process. Apart from having your hands in the bucket or in the sole soak for a period of 10 minutes, the rest of it's all done within a couple of minutes. So it's really quite a quick and easy way to bring huge amounts of relief. Now, if you're suffering from arthritis in your daily job struggles, or when you're at home you're struggling with the tasks of daily living, do that in the morning so that you've got the opportunity to get through your day without being, so stiff and uncomfortable. But if you find that when you get to the end of the day, after you've been at work, that's when it ails you the most, then obviously doing it at night time is probably best for you. Sometimes doing a routine in the morning can be a little bit challenging with timing, but it's absolutely worth it to be able to get that feeling of freedom of movement. You go from feeling your fingers and your knuckles to not feeling them anymore. All of a sudden they feel fantastic. So,
and I just want to say, with Heativate, the hotter you are, or internally, the hotter the cream will feel. So just having my hands in that water just for only a short amount of time has raised the temperature of my hands, and I can already feel the relief of the Heativate. Yeah. So if Em was to have a hot curry tonight, even though this feeling will subside as her hands drop in temperature from the sole soak hand bath, when she gets home and ramps up the temperature of her internal body, you will start to feel wherever you've placed Heativate. So it reminds you of where you've put it. It's clever. Yeah, that's right. It just keeps giving. So such a simple thing to do to be able to assist with alleviating that discomfort in the hands, because the reality is when it starts to affect your daily living, because it's affecting everything that you grab, your cup of tea, you're putting the kettle on, chopping up, preparing vegetables, whatever, that becomes it messes with your head when you start to feel pain all the time. So preparing vegetables and my finger is sore, even cutting pumpkin, it's challenging.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't do without my pumpkin.
So if you know somebody who is struggling with arthritis, feel free to share this video with them. It's just some tips that can help people get through their day less painfully, because nobody wants to be in pain, right? And then they're grumpy with us and you don't want that. Definitely don't want that. Hopefully that'll help. Thanks for having us on your therapeutic journey. What do I feel like that?
Do we need to say available.
I think they know where it's available, but you can tell us. Where's it available?
I don't know. If you do want to grab yourself some of their...
I challenge you to not edit this video. Right.
No, because they're all just like, oh, for God's sake, just get on with it, woman.
Behind the scenes, it's never as smooth as it looks. Just saying. But I'm the one that always forgets the call to action, so that's my bad.
Right.
So if you would like some Soul Soak Relax,
Or the trio of creams.
whoops, we're not selling the Pyrex jugs, though. Just jump online to
Dr Kez Chirolab.com.
That could not have been any more blunderous if we tried. Thanks for having us on your therapeutic journey.
Should we just leave it?
Yep. I dare you. I dare you.
Oh, that's fine.
We can stop it now.
Oh.